Tiwari Chandrasekhar, Dr. T. Ramaswamy, Dr. Nakul Parashar, distinguished guests and great scientists who have all assembled here, and other friends who are watching this program online. My dear respectable scientists, youngsters who are all watching this program, sisters and brothers, I deem it a privilege today to inaugurate the year-long celebrations of birth centenaries of inspirational Indian scientists and honor their role in building modern India. At the outset, let me wish you all and the country's citizens a happy National Mathematics Day. Today is the birthday of the legendary mathematician, Sri Srinivasa Ramanujan Garu, who captured the imagination of the people world over. Sri Ramanujan ji, like Swami Vivekananda, lived a short life, but one that is full of accomplishments that we Indians shall always be proud of. In a short period, he produced nearly 4,000 amazing original results. His notes had original theorems that took years for other mathematicians to prove. That's why we salute his memory and we feel proud of always remembering him. As I said, I salute this great man who comes from a humble background but became an icon in the field of mathematics. Despite domestic hurdles and colonial suppression, he achieved excellence. Eventually, the colonial administration had to acknowledge his brilliance. His crowning glory came when he became the youngest fellow of the Royal Society. His life continues to inspire generations of Indians. I suggest to all the youngsters, they should all read the life and teachings of Sri Ramanujan Garu and get inspiration. I am happy to know that Vigyan Prasar has organized a massive outreach program in 2020 titled Ramanujam Yatra. I am told this program received a good response across the country and inspired young people. In the same way as we celebrate Azadi Ka Amrita Mahotsav, we pay homage to 6 scientists today who have contributed immensely to the world of science and to our nation building. They are Hargovind Khurana ji, Sri G.N. Ramachandran ji, Sri Yadavarthi Nayadamma, Sri Balasubramaniam Ramamurthy, Sri G.S. Dadda and Rajeswari Chatterjee. This year is the birth centenary of these exceptional scientists. Born in 1922, these 6 scientists grew up in the pre-independence era. The Indian scientific fraternity was not provided adequate freedom, respect, and space to conduct their scientific studies. The British did all that they could dampen the spirit and intellect of our scientists and technocrats. Yet, they continued their struggle like any other freedom fighters. and they did their bit through their work and indomitable spirit of serving science for the nation. Science for the nation. My dear sisters and brothers, it is my fervent belief that it is our duty to remember the contribution of these great scientists, mathematicians, and engineers to the nation building. As a result, we as a nation has reaped the benefit of their hard work through many technological advancements, through great dams, through world-class metros, and through an IT, made India a world leader now. We must recount their inspirational stories to our youngsters and encourage them to take up careers in science. We need to create the right ecosystem for the youngsters to become future leaders in science and lead our nation into the 21st century. My dear friends, as a related aspect, we must also introspect and find out ways to excel in the field of STEM, science, engineering, technology, mathematics research. We must increase public and private investments in R&D, nurture our research scholars to do high-quality research, encourage them to publish papers in reputed peer-reviewed journals, resolve bottlenecks in patenting regime, and nurture promising ideas that find wide applications. Through these initiatives, India must aim to become a world leader in scientific research and innovation and become Vishwaguru once again. World leader, not to conquer the world and make it a colonial. We don't believe in colonial rule. We want to become world leader to spread, to give knowledge. We want to be a knowledge giver. My dear sisters and brothers, for India to be among top nations in STEM, there is a need to put in place a well-planned strategy to identify and nurture talent from a young age, offer incentives, provide facilities to take up cutting edge and support researchers in finding solutions to societal problems. The ultimate aim of science should be to make people's life comfortable, happy. More comfortable, happy also. In this regard, a key concern that needs to be addressed in the STEM ecosystem is the lack of diversity. While India has a significant share of female graduates in STEM, more than 42%, better than some of the developed nations, only 16.6% women researchers are directly engaged in R&D activities. Diversity in STEM is absolutely necessary, and the need of the hour is to bridge the gender divide in employment. From hardly a handful of women in science, we have come a long way today. We pay homage to pioneering women like Janaki Ammal, Rajeshwari Chatterjee, Anna Mani, and Sunanda Bai for their path-breaking contribution and breaking the glass ceiling. But we must not stop here and create an enabling environment so that more girls can take up career in mathematics and science. My dear sisters and brothers, science is not just about inventions and technological advancement. It is also about the spirit of rational inquiry that can guide us in our lives. Our Constitution mentions this as one of our fundamental duties, Article 51A(h), to develop scientific temper and spirit of inquiry. We should not only develop a scientific temper, I feel now we must also again inculcate legislative temper in our politicians. This is the need of our, as I am presiding over the upper house, so-called upper house, and I see what is happening. So Vijay Raghavanji, you must all come out with some scientific invention to help our politicians to come with legislative temper. The purpose of legislature is to legislate. Discuss, debate and decide, not disrupt. This should be guide principle for any. On one side, we are making progress. On the other side, some of our elected representatives are making mockery of the institution. This has to be corrected at the earliest. And this has to be done by the political leaders and also the opinion creators. People who perform better, they should be appreciated, reported, supported, appreciated. And people who damn the system, they need to be damned. This is very important. I must commend Vigyan Prasar for doing an excellent job over the years in taking science to the homes of the people in a simple, crisp, and interesting manner. There is a need for more exciting programs that explain basic scientific concepts to the people in their mother tongue. I was so happy to release those publications in different languages. 12 plus 8. This is the need of the hour. We must reach out people and youngsters in their mother tongue. That is very much necessary because at a young age, one is understanding the subject, learning the language. If you are able to communicate and bring publications in their respective mother tongue, they'll be able to easily understand, digest what is being told to them. Later, yes, I am not against any language. We must bring out publications in as many languages as possible. But focus should be on Indian languages, national languages. There are many examples of great countries where they are pursuing scientific studies in their respective mother tongue national languages. This has to be understood by one and all. Inculcating a scientific temper among the people, for that you need to bring out communications in their respective languages. Steps must also be taken to popularize science through books, periodicals, television shows, documentary programs, and radio broadcasts in national languages, what we are calling popularly as regional languages. With the emergence of new fields like artificial intelligence and stem cell research, there is a need to simplify scientific concept at higher level too. Science, technology affects people's lives. Science discourse must become more inclusive and democratic. Along with Vigyan Prasar, the scientific community must take the advancements in their fields closer to the people in a mission mode. Just like there is a corporate social responsibility or CSR, I suggest individuals in the research community have a similar social responsibility called the Scientific Social Responsibility or SSR. PSR, SSR, and then CSR. Personal social responsibility. Scientific social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility. In schools, while mathematics and science are deemed as part of child's basic education, it is unfortunate that many develop a fear of the subjects and they are often encouraged to do rote memorization. This can be tackled only by arousing an interest in the subject through experimental learning methods, puzzles, demonstrations, and other hands-on activities would be utilized to make children become friends with the numbers. A pedantic manner of teaching should be replaced with a more interactive and inclusive method. My dear friends, brothers and sisters, once again I am very happy to inaugurate this year-long celebrations of birth centenaries of inspirational Indian scientists today. I suggest the HRD ministry should suggest to all the schools and colleges, every education institution must have these celebrations in this year's calendar. This is a must so that the younger generation, they get inspiration. My compliments once again to Vigyan Prasar and the Department of Science and Technology for organizing this celebratory program. I hope the momentum continues throughout the year as we celebrate Azadi Ka Amrita Mahotsav. Let us celebrate the role of our scientists, science communicators, science teachers, policy makers, and institutions that have contributed to the building of this great nation. Our Prime Minister is taking many initiatives, brought many mission mode programs. We must all join that mission with passion for the sake of the nation. This is a duty of everybody, as it was mentioned earlier. Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan, Jai Anusandhan. Namaskar, Jai Hind.